Hello, welcome to the Organization of Information class. My name is Andrea Lorenz, and I will be your instructor for this semester. This is the first time that I've ever taught this class, so please bear with me. I'm going to be adding readings and resources throughout the semester, so things on Moodle might change slightly, but don't worry. I'm not going to be adding additional assignments at the last minute or anything like that. So as we get started today, we're going to talk about cataloging. As you may have noticed on the previous slide, that this course was originally called Cataloging and Classification. We are going to be talking about cataloging and classification, but we're also going to be talking about the broader theory beyond just cataloging. So in order to dive into our subject matter, we need to define a few important terms. Firstly, we need to say what is cataloging. Cataloging is the creation of metadata, and metadata just means that it is information about information. So, cataloging consists of two separate parts, subject cataloging and descriptive cataloging. Subject cataloging deals with determining an item's aboutness or subject matter. This may seem relatively easy at first glance, but it is one of the hardest things that a cataloger will do. For example, a person may see a picture of a mother holding her baby son and consider that to be a family, while someone else is going to look at that picture and assume that that is the Virgin Mary and Jesus. So a cataloger's prior knowledge plays a large role in subject cataloging. Descriptive cataloging, on the other hand, deals with the physical details of an item, like the number of pages, the height of the book, whether the book has illustrations or not. So, compared to subject cataloging, descriptive cataloging is a piece of cake. Two other important terms are copy cataloging and original cataloging. Copy cataloging is taking a record from one library database and copying that record into another library database. Original cataloging, on the other hand, is creating a catalog record from scratch. As a school librarian, you most likely will be completing copy cataloging and not original cataloging. So, why do we have catalogs? You will find Cutter's Statements of Objects of the Catalog and Means for Attaining Them on page 3 of your textbook. I find that Cutter's Statement of Objects are easier to understand when they're thought of as objectives. The first objective of the catalog is to help patrons find known materials. A patron may come into the library looking for Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. They know the author and the title, and they can use the catalog to find the book. The second objective of the catalog is to bring together all the works about a specific subject by a specific author or of a particular genre. This is called collocating. So the same patron may also want to use the library catalog to see what other books Stephenie Meyer has written. The catalog will then bring those together or collocate them. The last objective of the catalog is to help the patrons choose. The patron may have found several records for Twilight by Stephenie Meyer in the catalog, and the information in the catalog records will help the patron choose which resource will best meet his or her needs. So there's the finding objective, the collocating objective, and the choice objective. So what a cataloger does, we'll be going into a lot more depth about what a cataloger does when he or she catalogs an information package later in the semester. But it's important to note that a cataloger's job description correlates directly with Cutter's 3 objectives for a catalog. A cataloger highlights portions of the item that may help a patron choose between information packages. A cataloger arranges the works of an author or collocates them. But lastly, and most importantly, the cataloger serves as a medium between the author and the reader. Without the cataloging record, a patron would not be able to find the works of the author. So day-to-day depends on the kind of library that a cataloger works in. By now, you should know that there are several different types of libraries. There are academic libraries, which serve universities and colleges, school libraries, which serve K-12 schools, public libraries, which serve communities, and special libraries which serve special populations. For example, there are law libraries for lawyers, medical libraries for doctors, and corporate libraries for businesses. The type of cataloging that a cataloger performs depends upon the type of library. For example, a cataloger working in a corporate library will oftentimes be completing mostly original cataloging, as he or she catalogs the documents that a business creates. Other important factors are the amount of titles received, the size of the staff, the use of a bibliographic utility or network like OCLC or SkyRiver, and we will talk about these more in depth in Chapter 2, and the use of any outside processing service. The type of work that a cataloger does also depends on the size of the library. A cataloger for a school library will often be completing the cataloging and processing of all library materials, him or herself, but a cataloger at a large academic library will often only catalog materials that need original or special cataloging, and a paraprofessional will catalog and process the rest. So just remember that the 3 basic functions that a cataloger performs are to catalog and classify materials, to process materials so patrons can find them, and to maintain the catalog by performing updates and correcting erroneous information. So that's all we're going to talk about today. If you have any questions about anything that I've covered, please leave them in the forum. Thank you very much.